Hey, good morning, everybody. What is good? Ooh, we got some serious overnight action going on here. This is pretty crazy. We had quite so the FOMC yesterday, we had a pop on the news, big drop when the overnight session started, and now we're popping straight back up. This is the kind of stuff that often happens with rate release. The market's still kind of digesting everything. So we basically traveled the entire range of yesterday. More or less right where we started. So today should be interesting, and already the ATR is like over 4, which is crazy. Got a few minutes to the open here. But anyway, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jonathan, Paul, Michael, Daryl, Julian, Stephanie, Joanne. Good morning. Jillian, good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Jillian, Flowbots or OCO orders are not on Flowbots. It's just a native, just means one order cancels other. It's nothing magical or special. It's on most trading platforms natively. We do have a little uptrend as the market is going to open in less than a minute. There we go. It's on, baby. Market's open. We're getting after it. I will look for a long here, as we do have an uptrend in play. We get a nice bullish bar at the 21, which we may get here. I'm gonna be all over it. Nasdaq is dropping below the EMA though. That's not a great sign. All right, so if we can push up above the 21 here and get a higher low, that's going to be what we're looking for. Morning, Archer. Ghost, Ed, Tom. It's good to see you guys. See if we can get that higher low. NQ is still relatively weak here. Here we go. Here's our chance for a higher low. Come on, baby. Give it to us. Nope, not on that bar. Good morning, Shraddha. Okay, decent enough bar. We're gonna try to take it here if we can get filled. Slightly congested there, but I'm gonna take the chance anyway. Unless this makes a it goes lower than the previous bar, in which case I'll cancel, and that's what it's gonna do. So we'll have to be a little bit more patient. We still have a gap down too, so Even though we did bounce off the overnight low, the market has still gapped down quite a ways. We did not get the higher low here. Unfortunate, because it's looking like it's popping up. Nasdaq still not quite getting above that EMA. Showing a little bit of resistance here. Make sure we got our levels marked out. We're above yesterday's low here. NQ definitely not looking as clean. ES looks much better. S&P about ready to make that new high. Nasdaq still lagging behind. And not holding here. Going back, sorry, just reading the chat, see the question. Ghost asking, what would a higher low look like? Higher low is a higher low. It's like the description's in the name. It is a low that is higher than the previous one. So this is like candlesticks 101 here. Like here is a swing low, right? Did this make a low? No, it didn't go lower than a previous bar, nor did this, but this one did. See, this went lower than that previous low. So this is a low, and that low is higher than the swing low. So there's your low, there's your higher low. That's the only bar that is a higher low in this little section. So actually I cover a lot of that in the master class. How to not just like the definition of candlestick patterns, but really how to read some of those minute details as you're looking for a setup. I'd highly recommend you checking that out. It is well worth the investment. Yeah, all the stuff you can find over the course of my live streams for the last couple of years, but yeah, it took a lot of time to boil everything down into a course that completely takes you from A to Z, giving you all the details you need, exact entries, exact setups, everything. The same system I use every day to trade and make a living. So highly recommended. Dang, I turned away and there was a pretty decent higher low. It's a huge bar though, is the only problem. What would that be? It's kind of getting whippy out there. Yeah, that thing is like nearly 6 points long, so I'm not really willing to put that much risk on. Plus the Nasdaq still not able to get above the EMA. Still quite weak compared to the S&P. That's bringing me pause too. Y'all have different bars. Okay, well, let me reload my chart here. Making sure my lag is legit. No lag, I'm just reloading my chart. Should have updated bars here in a second. All right, bars are reloaded. My chart should be relatively similar to everyone else. EMA still not holding. We can see NQ continuing to move down as well. May even have a larger downtrend, which would be really unfortunate because it's like the third V-shaped reversal. Big overnight move, completely reversed. And then this move up, completely reversed. Not good price action. Over on ES, we were testing the bottom of this little range. Does not look like the market was able to make that new high. And sellers coming out to play. We'll see if this breakout is legit. We are starting to break out of that bottom of the range. In order to short, it needs to hold. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq actually breaking below yesterday's low. So that's a huge key level there. Now just looking for a pullback here. Kind of looks like an overshoot, unfortunately. We popped out of the bottom of this channel on the S&P. This could lead to a big bounce. And the NQ, of course, also looking quite overshooty. Even I think if we do this channel, looks like it's popping out of the bottom. So this is pretty hard structure to trade so far. ES looking much better than Nasdaq though, if we had to pick. So we'll see if we get a clean pullback. We have not quite got all the way back to the 21. That's what we'd be waiting for here. And a new low. So now we don't really have an active downtrend to work off of. This move down here had a break, got a new low, we got a pause, looking for a long. I mean, sorry, you have to pause looking for a short. We expect a bounce here. Here we're getting that bounce we expect. I'd be interested in a double higher low. So looking for one higher low here, pop above the EMA, another higher low there. Trade that reversal. Okay, got a new low, so that is telling us the selling pressure may be stronger than we suspected. NQ, let's see if we could fit this in a channel of some sort. NQ's been weak all morning. Maybe something like this. I don't like it though. I don't like any of these trends that we're mapping out. It doesn't look like a typical downtrend. Maybe this is a secondary channel on ES because we did have a spike down. That is pretty typical to have a spike and then like a more gradual secondary channel. That fits in pretty decently actually. We'll consider that if we get a really nice short setup. Won't hesitate to take it. Ah, darn. Shoot. Well, that was their second entry short right there. Anyone took it. Happened super fast though. Mr. Boats. What's up, Mr. Boats? Glad you found the channel. Glad you're here. Great to have you. It's a 21. It's a 21 EMA. That's what I use. The good thing, guys, even though we may have missed the second entry short, is that channel is still active. We have not had a break in a new low just yet. So still good to go to look for a short here. See if the EMA can provide some resistance. We have not had the first attempt lower here on ES. Could get it here. We're looking for that two-legged pullback. We got one here. That's our first attempt lower. Great, looking good so far. Let's see if we can get one more little pullback. Tempted to just put on a short here. Start with a small position and add to it if it confirms. I think I will take a little bit of a small position if this turns into a bearish bar. Nope, no dice, so we'll wait for the push below the 21 and the lower high to take a short. We might just be in V-shape reversal mode. It's happened a couple times already. On ES, I'm going to go back to this channel that we previously had that was played out. Kind of looks like that is the case. Very much looking like a reversal here. I think we're going to have to switch gears. Possibly look for a long. This sucks, man, when prices just keep going back and forth and trends are not playing out. See if we can get a pullback on this move up. Extending this channel out, it actually looks like it might have overshot already. We might be in for another reversal. I think it looks a little bit more clear on Nasdaq, if I'm not mistaken. Let's map this out. Yeah, if Nasdaq can get over yesterday's low there, I'll definitely be looking for that long. In Q, not bouncing above yesterday's low just yet. S&P continues its vertical bounce. Licensed paint huffer asking, am I about to enter a trade when it stops rallying up? I don't know. Depends on if there's a setup or not. So far, if we look back at the price action, there's really nothing to trade here. We have this big move down that did not go anywhere. Big move up that did not go anywhere. Big move down that did not go anywhere. Big move up. You see, you have to read the whole day's price action. Like, the market will tell you what is most likely to happen. And so if we're looking at all this, what's most likely to happen here? Most likely we'll probably have another drop and then another bounce and another drop and another bounce. Like, this is not good price action to be trusting any of these moves. But at the same time, you can't just like pick a top. How are you going to decide when one of these moves is over? How on earth are you going to know, oh yeah, here's where it's going to reverse? How on earth would you know, oh yeah, here it's going to reverse? There's no way to trade this kind of stuff. Hopefully the market will settle in and get an actual trend that is trustworthy and the pullbacks are actually pullbacks instead of reversals, but so far that's not looking great. Over on NQ, still popping up. We are now above that key level, so that's a good sign for our long. Hopefully we can get a nice clean pullback. Light and Freedom says market moves from one liquidity to opposite liquidity. If you've been watching ICT, who's a known scammer, you might come to that conclusion. I would say not always. Sometimes the market wants to go somewhere. Institutions are putting risk on and boom, we're off to the races. It doesn't matter if there's a bunch of orders sitting down there. I don't always buy that. I think for sure sometimes like institutions want to fill orders at a certain price, so they'll push the market. You know, let's say they want to move the market up, but they want a discount. You know, they'll sell first to get orders and then pop. Yeah, I mean, of course that stuff happens, but the market can be very directional sometimes. Okay, here's the pullback on NQ. Oh my gosh, look at this. Doesn't even get back to the 21 already. We're threatening to make a new high. This day is wild, guys. Over on ES, does look like the channel still could be in play. See if we can get another pullback to the 21. It's like we already got a new high here. Yeah, I agree. Archer signal bar is going to be freaking huge. Although the ATR is going down a bit. We're down to 2.7 ATR. That ain't bad. We'll take that. My goodness, this whiplash is going to get us more than anything. Here the S&P is coming up. Testing the high of day. Looks like it will likely get through. We can get above this high and hold it. That's going to be solid. We're basically getting into the gap right now. We're getting into the gap. It's likely to be filled. Nice push up. We're officially to a new high in the gap. See if this can hold. Yeah, this uptrend is looking better and better. Again, we're just looking for a pullback here. Octopus, man, you're right on that. This is like the exact opposite of yesterday. Yesterday was like market refused to go anywhere. We're just stuck in a range. Today's market is going everywhere. Refusing to pick a direction though. All right, this might be our chance, guys. We finally have a decent looking uptrend. We broke above a key level. If we can pull back and hold that key level, this is going to be an excellent setup for a long. If we can actually pull back, that's the thing here.
Connection lost.
Market refusing to pull back. That is what we need to wait for, though. Because we still don't know if this breakout is legit or not, right? Here is the previous high. We are into the gap here. So naturally, the market would want to go fill the gap, which is right around here. Typically, we would need to retest that level to see if this is actually a breakout or if we are just entering into the same pattern that we have been all morning. So pullback is going to give us that assurance. It's going to give us probabilities on our side rather than the coin flip of deciding whether or not this breakout is going to actually happen. So that's what I'd be waiting for. Wait for that pullback. Wait to see this breakout level hold. If it does, it's going to be a great long headed towards that gap fill. So look out for that. Hope you guys have a great trading day. Switching over to Discord, we're going to be sniping some setups, and there should be some good ones today. We have some movement, so it's a lot better than yesterday, which refused to do anything. So movement is good. We will capitalize on it. Stay safe out there. See you next time.